I'll begin by asking the two questions I ask everybody who is confirmed by our council. And the first is, what are your goals for the department? You answered Councilwoman Brown Thomas's your priorities, but I'm curious, what are your goals?
So the first one is going to be an intangible. My goal for the department is that they see themselves as able, as competent, as professional, as happy, as thriving in the environment that they're there. And the only way that gets there is if we all do this together. When you look at an organization, they will never treat the community any better than they're treated themselves. So within the organization, if we don't treat them well, if we don't have healthy, thriving officers, we don't have healthy, thriving professional staff, it is very hard to translate that into healthy, thriving relationships out in the community. So what does officer safety and, more importantly, wellness look like? Holistic wellness, not just having access to gyms, but what does that look like when I have access to mental health care? What does it look like when I have help with, I may be a caregiver for young children, but also on the other side. We often have a lot of individuals that are taking care of both sides, whether it's their more elderly relatives that they're caring for, or whether they're caring for young children at the exact same time. And that's a lot of stress on a department. It's a lot of stress. And we are an aging society, and understanding that, how do we set up spaces where our officers can be well? I also heard that there was not a lot of opportunity for professional development. That may not necessarily be promotional development. But when you are intellectually fed, when you're physically fed, and when you're emotionally fed and spiritually fed, those are the officers that you want showing up at work every single day. So looking at our personnel and seeing where we are failing them, that is one of the first things. The other goal is to get a really firm footprint on, I'm sure you'll like to hear this, budget. What does our equipment look like? Is our budget aligned with our equipment? Are our needs being met? So a full assessment and inventory of the physical tools that we have, so that when I do come to ask you for a budget, there's a reason for it. I can give you the impact of why we need these things and the impact of what happens if we do not.